Welcome back, artists. We're continuing our unit of looking closely, and this week we're going to focus on color. Here are our objectives. These are things that we're going to complete by the end of the week. One, we're going to review the intermediate color wheel, and we'll make a color wheel. And two, we'll be talking about tints, shades, and values, and we'll draw an image that shows shading and highlights. Here are a couple of announcements. There's no school on Tuesday, November 3rd. And there's also no Zooms Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. So you all can recognize this basic color wheel. I've been presenting this color wheel to you for quite some time now. This has our primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. And it also has our secondary colors, green, purple, and orange. Now, our basic color wheel tells us which primary colors mix to create secondary colors. It's a graphic organizer. So when we look at the secondary color, and I'll have you just focus on orange for now, on either side of orange is red and yellow. That tells us that red and yellow, when mixed, creates orange. Same thing with green. On either side of green, we see yellow and blue, which are primary colors. And when we mix those two colors, it should give us green. Red and blue, when mixed, give us purple. Now, if we split this color wheel in half diagonally here, the top half are our warm colors, and the bottom half are divided into our cool colors. This is also review. We have spent some time in previous years focusing on warm and cool colors. I just wanted to present it to you so that you remember. Something else about our color wheel, it tells us which colors are complementary with each other. That means they go well with each other, but they also neutralize each other. So colors that are complementary on our color wheel are across each other on the wheel. So red and green are complementary, blue and orange, and purple and yellow. When complementary colors mix, they sometimes turn gray or brown, so they get neutralized into a natural color. Now, this is what I want us to focus on this for these next couple of days is our intermediate color wheel. Our intermediate color wheel still has our primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, and it still has our secondary colors, green, orange, and purple, but notice that our intermediate colors has these other colors between each of the secondary and primary colors now. For example, this color between yellow and green is a yellow-green. And then we have a yellow-orange. So our intermediate colors combines our primary and our secondary colors to create a new color. Red-orange, red-violet or red-purple, blue-violet or blue-purple, and blue-green. Your studio activity today is to create an intermediate color wheel. Materials you will need are paper, crayons, and a round shape to trace. I used a plate. Here is my demonstration of how to complete this assignment. All right, so find a round shape that you can trace that fits on your paper well. Now trace it. We're going to have to divide the circle into 12 parts because our intermediate color wheel has 12 parts. So first I'm making a dot in the center of my circle and I'm going to draw a straight line across. You can use a ruler if you'd like. Then I'm going to go back to that dot and I'm going to draw a diagonal line, and I can see that I have two triangles. Then I'll draw another diagonal line, and now I have 6 equal parts. They do not have to be perfect. Just try your best. And here I'm going to divide each of these triangles in half. So 6 times 2 now equals 12. I should have 12 parts to my color wheel. If you have a box of 24 crayons, you probably already have all 12 colors that go into the color wheel. But we're going to start with our primary, red, yellow, and blue. I'm just going to choose red as my first primary, and I'm going to select a triangle to color in. Now you can choose whichever triangle to color in for your first color, but after you've selected that triangle, all the other colors need to be in order from where your first primary starts. So if I have my red triangle here, my next color will be either blue or yellow. I'm choosing yellow, and I need to skip 3 spaces and color in the 4th one with the next primary color. Again, I'm choosing yellow, and I know that the colors between my red and yellow will be 3 different types of orange. It will have my secondary color orange, and it'll also have my red orange and my yellow orange. So you need to make sure that there are 3 empty triangles between each of the primary colors. I'm taking my blue now, and I'm making sure to count from my yellow space 3 empty spaces before I color in my blue. If you are following along, remember you can always pause the video if my demonstration is going too fast. I'm going to move on to my secondary colors now, and my secondary color is going to go in the middle triangle of the 3 that I have between each primary color. So if I have red and blue here, purple will be in the middle triangle, and I am just going to find my purple and color that piece in. Pause this video if you are following along step by step with me. Otherwise, I'm going to fast forward me coloring in the secondary colors. Primaries and secondaries are complete. Now, if you look on the labels of each crayon, sometimes they will have the intermediate color labeled right on there. So this one is actually a yellow-green. And to make my color wheel interesting, I think I'm going to make each of the intermediate colors a design or a pattern instead of coloring it solid. I want you to come up with a creative way of making your color wheel as well. As I said, you should be able to find intermediate colors right in your crayon box, but sometimes a variation of the intermediate color might have other names. For example, this one is called turquoise. Now you might have to improvise if you don't have some of these colors. For example, I couldn't find a blue purple in my crayon box, but I did find something called indigo, and that's the color that I'm using for blue purple. If I didn't have these intermediate colors, I could also mix colors right on my paper. For example, I could draw this pattern with the blue crayon and then go over it with a purple crayon to make a blue purple. I have 3 intermediate colors left: red violet, red orange, and yellow orange. Now, when you're finished with your work, please make sure that you take a picture of it and share it with me on Seesaw.